We should be back live here. Welcome back. So the opening range is from here 580 till here 666. Actually curious to do some research regarding the sell-off. I was expecting this big push, sell-off, made money on the mirror trading account, everything was great. Regarding Nasdaq now, the labor market is cooling down, more people is falling for unemployment, and that's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's good for the dollar that's gonna fall. The dollar is gonna fall. As you can see, it's actually crashing right now, and the rate should also be lower. So a weaker labor market is good for Nasdaq. So I have no clue why it's selling up right now, because that news we saw should actually give us a long signal and a push. But maybe the market was actually expecting that, because we saw it was selling off, right? And then they was probably expecting these news, so it's rallied. But that shows to me a weak market, right? This is a weak market. We are trying to make new highs. We kind of like doing that, but we don't really make much progress. Got to almost 900. Yeah, and then we crashed. And I think it's going to even break overnight lows, to be honest, and probably sell off more. But this will normally indicate a rally, but we already have that. And yeah, market is probably pricing that in. So today's the live. I'm also gonna go live tonight for the Muro trading event. Just gonna go over some, people have some questions and how we're setting it up and so on and so on. Explain the risk, explain what I'm basically doing when I'm not trading live. It's kind of interesting, the market just correcting itself from 680 back to now. Yeah, around 730 back to now 540. Will we have an orb? So we are over 50 minutes now. This is the range. Once the 5-minute candle in 2 minutes is going to be below here and it's going to close below, it's going to give us an orb short, and then we could take the short back to overnight highs. Overnight lows, sorry guys. And then we could flip the switch, take a long back to previous day's highs. I actually want to do a long now, today. I don't know if you see DAX, so I don't have any open positions at all. But if you take a look at Germany or DAX or UK, I haven't even been looking, but I think that's going to push, right? That one pushed. I don't have any open position, was in for a very quick scalp. But that rallied. I even think UK, which kind of also rallied, and now we're getting stopped here at overnight highs, getting rejected at previous day's highs. Yeah, it looks like a short also for Germany. They probably pricing that in, so short all indexes. They're giving us a long orb here. Again, my indicator is not built for the Dow. I'm not trading the Dow, I'm just looking at it. But it just breaks previous day's highs. Will it continue? It might. For me, it looks like more like a short. So shorting all the indexes, but we already saw a sell-off. So if DAX was high, everything was high, and Dow was also high, and Nasdaq wasn't high, then yeah, I mean, I would probably prefer shorting it right at opening, but I just didn't want to do it. But UK start correcting itself. DAX is also, I mean, I really want to short DAX, to be honest, because DAX have been rallying today. Let's just see here. The market is actually very positive where I'm from. It's been rallying 1.3% DAX. I actually consider shorting the DAX. So stand by for a short position on DAX. I know we normally don't trade this index, but I'll short the DAX. I think it's a little bit overbought, so I'm gonna go in for a light short position here. I know I'm normally not trading this instrument at this time, but I'm opening a light short position here at 280. And I'm not saying I'm going to target all the way back to these lows, but that's actually my plan. I mean, if you look here, this is overnight lows, previous day's lows. I would actually like to target all the way back to this range, 24,000 straight. Again, it doesn't have to work. I just opened a light short, risking 0.5% because I think it's overbought. I'm not saying Nasdaq cannot turn around. I'm not saying it cannot flip and then rally and then DAX is kind of like getting more momentum. I'm not saying that. I'm just taking a little light short position on DAX to see if it's actually going to correct itself, because Dow start to also trade a little bit sideways, but then the UK 100, that's more what I'm basing it on, start to have opening previous day's highs, overnight highs here. And this is an SRL short, yeah, it's short. But I could be wrong, I could be very wrong. It doesn't have to be correct all the time. So it's going to be, I'm in for light, so I'm probably just going to hold it for tonight, while I'm trading Nasdaq with you. Well, let's see here. Going to be interesting to see actually if DAX is going to continue to make more highs and break above 300. I think the max going to go up to 310. So what will that be for the CFD here? So that will be, I think it could go to 320. Yeah, I have my stop loss place right now myself at 344. Nasdaq is really selling off. I mean, it's actually dumping. So I'm also short on the Miro trading account now on DAX. I mean, it's pretty slow, but I think that could work out and be a very good risk to reward. So it gave us an orb short. That's a good scalp. So it's very interesting. Nasdaq is very weak, but the news was basically good for Nasdaq. That's very weird. So it's probably going to be a fake out and then they're going to turn it around very quick. That's probably what DAX is going to expect. So I'm not going to hope for anything or hold the DAX index like very long. Probably what I'm going to do is holding it for very short term. So selling pressure is triggered. I mean, it's very tricky. I actually don't know why we have such a strong, properly consider exit the DAX. I mean, it's very weird. DAX is so high while Nasdaq is selling off. I'm just trying to get a hands on what's going on. Why is DAX going crazy while Nasdaq is selling off? For me, that's weird. Normally, DAX starts feeling even more. Interesting setup. And now it's also flipping here. Now it's also kind of like turning around. Would I take a short? Yeah, it's an orb short. I'm just waiting a little bit here because I think it's going to turn around here at like 400. You could see this is turning, then DAX should also turn up. But if this is going to break overnight lows and it's actually going to dump, I think we could see a change of pattern in the market. But DAX is actually pushing quite strong here. Let's see. That's gaining some momentum. So while I'm short, could I do an opposite on Nasdaq? Nope, just gonna follow the short. But I just want to see if this is actually gonna be true, that DAX is going up while Nasdaq is selling off. So it's interesting. We see massive selling pressure and then a little bit bounce back, and then DAX is rallying. And then we see a little bit pullback. And then we have a DAX that's coming back again. The DAX could be an insane setup for me today. I could make a couple of 100K there if I added to it below. Probably 250, 200. Wow. Makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense why DAX is so strong. Should I close the DAX for good profit? It's just around break even. This is where it could turn. I expected this market to rally in the foremarket news. Then they're gonna trigger the market, trigger your brain, sells off. It doesn't make sense for you. And then while everyone is kind of like buying it, they're probably dumping it more, and then they're turning it around. I'm gonna exit the DAX. The DAX could be such a strong setup, so why don't I hold it? Because I want to focus on the Nasdaq. It's very interesting today. It's a very interesting market. Because it's very slow. I mean, the market is just very slow. And now it's getting a little bit back after half an hour, and then let's see what DAX is going to do. Still short DAX. For me, it doesn't make any sense. Actually, don't know. That's too weird. I mean, we went short here. That sounds too good to be true, that it should be so easy of just shorting it here and then take it all the way back again. And it should go back. There's nothing, I mean, I know the market is, like, what is really pushing DAX? Is that Rheinmetall? What is really pushing it? Rheinmetall is up 1%. SAP 0.4. This makes no sense. It makes no absolute sense. I mean, things just keep selling off for the Nasdaq. Wow. But they could also flip it here at overnight lows. I'm gonna get ready for buying the Nasdaq. I don't get this. I don't get this. But it also might flip here. I mean, it might just go up now. I mean, Nasdaq, and then DAX is also gonna rally. That's make. So I will use DAX as an indicator. That's very rare. That's very rare. I use DAX as an indicator. So I mean, let's see here. But I'm in so light. Should I really add heavy to this one? The DAX one? I might want to close the DAX and then go along NASDAQ. Just for a light position. I don't get it. So the question I'm asking myself, should I exit my short position on DAX and not hold it? Even it looks amazing. So we don't want to buy into hype, right? I'm just gonna hold the DAX, but I really want to go long here. I just have a rule that I cannot be short something and then go long opposite. But it looks like we have a potential support here. I'd like to buy the NASDAQ actually. I'm gonna start buying the NASDAQ for a light position, but this is not gonna affect me at all, just so you're aware, okay? So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I expected these movements. I expected them from the day, the whole day. So I'm buying the NASDAQ here. I have my stop loss below. I'm probably gonna target all the way back again. Overnight highs. Guys, I really don't get this. I think I'm confused. I don't get it. So I always want to buy around overnight lows. Always want to short it. I mean, it could go back, and the overall for today and tomorrow could just be short. I mean, I was expecting market to sell off, but I didn't expect DAX to rally that much. But yeah, I mean, it's very light position. I'm probably gonna still hold the DAX. The DAX is even rallying more now. Yeah, I'm not super sure. So UK is breaking out. NASDAQ is holding great support. This is also too obviously, I think, I mean, I have no open positions. I have that DAX very little short on one of my live accounts. One of my live accounts, short DAX. Bitcoin is also falling hard. Okay, interesting. We have a double support. We have great support here. We have DAX that's just living its own life. I could be very ice cold to just shorting extremely heavy DAX. I'll also just know when it's gonna go up, it's just gonna keep going up. But I could choose to short it very heavily. And then, I mean, when I say heavily, it's like 2,000 contracts. And then take it all the way back to 24,000. But DAX might also be a good indicator. Just taking a picture of this because this looks insane. So only short DAX. UK is pushing, everything is pushing. Is it correct to actually go in for a long here? Yes, it's matching all my criteria. Interesting. So it was a short on the 5 and 15, and then the profit should be around overnight lows, or if you, yeah, then you take it all the way back. I mean, I would go long, but because I'm short DAX, then I wouldn't do it. So we 10 points down here. But DAX is really a big short. So how I normally would play this for a scalp perspective is shorting this, taking it back, have my stop loss right there. Everything is here for me is correct. Shorting at overbought levels. There's nothing wrong with that setup. Here, the short scalp was also correct. Didn't took it. Taking it long here, then I have to be more careful and pay attention to the risk. But I think it's good. It's gonna rally. It's going to be interesting to see how much this is actually going to rally, because it just went up from lows of 400 to about 520. So this is kind of like pushing a lot, right? And then you was expecting also DAX to really push more maybe, and it's not really. I mean, it is pushing and I'm down on it, but not really. Yeah, I should have taken that short on DAX. I mean, I think it's gonna work, but I think I should have went long there when I want to, around here. But it's okay, it's not a big deal. Just went up. So the good thing here is if this is a little bit overbought again and start turning and it want to break these and then start fearing, then I think DAX is really going to start selling off. That's probably what they're waiting for. The DAX is waiting for that. If this is turning around, then DAX is going to sell off. But if this is pushing a little bit more, then I think DAX is going to rally. Let's see. So now we went up from lows back to these highs over here. Last time we saw back to here. If that's going to happen again, back to here and then up later, that could trigger the DAX to fall and start falling, and then it's just going to go one way. So we did manage to break above these. I'm actually thinking about shorting it. NASDAQ. But that's also extremely risky of shorting something that's just pointing up. But it's an orb short for me. I'm thinking about going in for a short. Let's see here. DAX doesn't look good. It's like 15 points down. But the risk to reward is insane. Insanely good. There's 280 points down, potentially. What's the risk? It's gonna rally 20 points. It's not really big risk. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a short again. It looks like a short again. Back to these lows. Then the stop loss should be 50 points. 605 would work. So the short could work. Haven't done anything. I'm still short on that stupid DAX. What want me to go short here? Because I didn't took this one, and I didn't got that one, and I'm short DAX. right? So that's the only thing. And the opening range breakout. Okay, it's a risky play, very risky play. So I'll size down that one. I'll take a short on, I'm short right now on NASDAQ. So I just opened a short position on NASDAQ here at 545 right now, opening short, light short position. While I have also a short, a stupid short on DAX. So I want to see if this is actually going to work out or if this is just going to be tricky. It's probably too easy. Let's see. DAX is pushing. NASDAQ is also pushing. Went short at 45. Interesting. That doesn't look good. But it's also shorting against the trend after a strong support at overnight range. They would probably try to reach unmitigated orb high and then push out shorters, and then it will turn around overnight highs. It will turn around, and then tonight they could sell it off again. This is how the market works. There's strong support here, resistance here. They would like to push it. You're basically shorting against the trend. It's not always that smart. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken this short here. But I'm risking 0.5%, something like that. Let's see if it's getting rejected here at 600.05, or if it's just going to keep pushing. Well, DAX is insane, but again, exactly what I expected. DAX just keep going up and following the NASDAQ, and NASDAQ is even much stronger now. A lot of people went short. I'm telling you, they really want to push them out. They're really trying their best to really push people out, okay? I'm not adding to NASDAQ. It's a light position, luckily. It's a light position on NASDAQ, but I'm thinking about if I should start adding now. Probably not doing it. I think it's going to push to here. Let's see. So momentum is pretty strong. It's pretty strong. But you have to view this like, what will the institutional investors do? Where are the retail investors getting in? They're shorting it here, they're shorting it here, they hope, and then they get taken out. So right now there is millions of people short hoping, while stronger people is trying to push it up here, and then take you out. They're gonna hope, it's why it's slow, they're gonna hope you're gonna add. So it is the wrong side we are in right now. And that's the price we're gonna pay. So 0.5% risk on DAX, 0.5% risk on NASDAQ. That's a light one. But if it pushed more, I can exit without even caring. But if I want to, I can add very heavily without it affecting me, because I went in light. So I mean, it looks like it's just gonna push higher. It's so easy for the institutional investors to manipulate it and push it higher. And that's the risk we experience right here. So we have 35 point against us, moving up. Be careful of adding here, okay? You want to add if things start selling off. You don't want to add against the trend. So DAX is also rallying. Let's see if it's going to stop here. That's losing me. It have an insane good win rate using the NASDAQ indicator on DAX, the best indicator. So that's a little bit against me. It's actually giving a long here. pushing it. Down 0.3%. That's just annoying. I mean, if DAX is going to turn around here, then I'm probably going to add to it, just letting you know, okay? Just informing you about it. Still in for the short, guys. I don't think it's really going to move any lower. Let's see here. But I know how the market works, and I mean, I don't see this as the best setup, but it's okay for now. Let's see here. I think they're gonna try to push it. It's so easy. Exactly where we got in, where more shorters is getting in. Our entry is many shorters is getting in there, and they know that. That's why they're pushing it down. So you're gonna get in profit, and then if they push, you might close at break even. Instead, what you should do is you should wait, don't do anything, let it rally, and then if it comes back a second time and it really breaks below, and you see there's blockers and it's very fast, then you can add, or you're just holding it, like I'm probably doing. So the DAX was very bad, not money wise at all. But the setup was crazy. I'm moving it a little bit here. I just want to see. Just going to move it a little bit here, risking 0.65%. I just want to see if Nasdaq is going to correct itself and come back, or if this is going to continue. Because right now it looks like it's going to continue. I'm also moving it a little bit here, just so I don't get a fake out. I think they could push it 10 points more, and then there's going to be a gap. Yeah, I think it's correct placed. I'll move it back again in 2 seconds. I just want to see. DAX is crazy. That just went up. I should have done exactly that. Just went long on overnight lows just above. It did not manage to close below. That's one of my strategies, and hold it. And didn't short DAX. It was okay. Let's see if this is going to turn around. Wow, it's insane DAX. If it doesn't turn in 15 points DAX, I'll exit that one. 4.6% loss is okay. I think it's gonna go to 3. It's gonna rally 15 points more, I think. So that's what is that? That's 20 points. So that's 60. That's 80. I think it's gonna go to 85 or 400 and then turns around. Wow. I'm doing a light. I'm adding a little bit more here to DAX. Might not be smart, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm adding more to DAX short. Just want to see if it's gonna turn. Now I have a total risk of 1% if it goes to 400. I know it could push more, I know. Nasdaq, are you really gonna? So they just took it all the way back, exactly as I expected. The news was good for Nasdaq. That's good for weaker labor market. Just to push it all the way back again. That's what happened on Nasdaq. So that's exactly what happened. I think they're gonna rally it. I think they're gonna take it to 800 or 900 or even more. But probably consider I should cut losses probably. Gonna give it a couple of more minutes, then I'm out. Wow, impressive. Really impressive. Just want to see if this is actually going to continue, because it looks like it's going to continue. Yeah, it looks like it's going to continue. It doesn't seem to stop. That's a horrible trade. Not happy with that one. And especially not DAX. So I'm exiting my, I'm actually holding my setup on DAX because I think that's too crazy. Regarding Nasdaq, I'm not super sure. They're really pushing it hard. I did not expect that rally. Okay, actually I did. Yeah. So what do I expect now? I want to let you know, okay? I'm expecting DAX to turn around and sell off. That's what I'm expecting. I'm also expecting Nasdaq to sell off. But I don't want to tell you to do something or go short or whatever, because it could be a risky place, okay? So it could be very risky. So I don't want to tell you doing something, okay? Still short DAX. I'm actually still short DAX. I'll be transparent with you. So DAX is still a short for me. Still in for a short. When do I cut losses? I have my stop loss on my live account right there on 400. Just letting you know. Still have my target down here. I'm risking a little bit around 1%. Doesn't look that good. Nasdaq is horrible for me. Very bad. Did not expect it's gonna rally that much. Nasdaq just keep going up like crazy. Let's see. How high will this go? Could go endless. It could go forever. Still short on DAX. Still short. Nasdaq, but I'm probably gonna close it soon. If it doesn't turn here, I'm out. Come on. It should turn here at 650. So DAX 70 points. Yeah. Again, it did exactly what I expected, and I want to actually do that long there, take it back, and I think they're gonna worst case push it there and even push it here or even more. Do I think it's really gonna turn? I'm not super sure. Once it turns and I see strong momentum, then I go short again and I'll let you know. It's not something I'm saying I'm actually short, right? So it's not something that I'm playing with. I'm down 10K. Let's see here. Still short everything, but I have to turn now, else it's gonna look weak. Okay, I'll just put the signals in here so you actually have them. Mm, I'll just put the entry now. So you have the entry now for you that's not watching. But you know exactly my entries when I went in here. Okay, so that says entry of 344. Stop currently is here for Germany. But I mean much higher, okay, just so you're aware. And then we also have that DAX, NASDAQ short. That's not looking good, but I'm still short. I think it's way too overbought. So that's gonna be what, 25? The only reason why I can keep holding it is because of my risk management, okay? Well, let's see, it doesn't look good. It's pointing up again. It's giving me a headache. Overall, I still think it's gonna come down. Let's see here. But it just did what I expected, and that's the most annoying part. It did exactly what I expected. All the way back up again. So how high can this really go? Yeah, I think it can go to 700. It could go to 720. Exactly where we have, I mean, the stop loss that I just posted in Telegram, exactly is where they're gonna turn it, or around here. At some point it's gonna go lower, just so you're aware. So I added here again, let's see here. DAX is looking better now for me, and I also added to that one. But NASDAQ is just keep pushing. It's not really doing anything. The DAX is pushing again. What the fuck? It's insane. Just waiting for NASDAQ to come below 615 or even lower, and then I'm gonna add. Looks better now, much better. Come on, sell off. That will be good. So DAX start looking good. I'm planning to add very heavy to this position here. I'm planning adding very heavy, okay? But I haven't done anything. It's giving me a fake out. Come on, DAX. DAX is not doing anything. And then NASDAQ is about to go up again. So they're just trying to manipulate it. How high will it go? I think 650, yeah. 650. Once DAX is gonna come and sell below, I'll add very heavy to that also. So I started very light. Let's see here. If it goes back here around 300, I could add heavy back to here. Still holding the setup for NASDAQ, for DAX, right? And also NASDAQ. Let's see here. I'm holding it, okay? I even took it on the mirror trading account. Okay, let's see here. Is this gonna drop or just playing with me? I really want to short this market. Come on, man. Fall. Yeah, that looks good. Come on, fall, 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 fall. Come on. Should I add more now? No, I'm waiting. So that was a good little testing position. Now it looks good. Come on. Come on. I mean, I don't know what DAX is doing. It's super annoying. It's very annoying for me. Personally, it's very annoying. Why is DAX not falling? So I added a couple of times. I'm right break even here. Let's see here. DAX is annoying. I'm taking 50% off my position on DAX just so I have a lighter exposure again. So again, went in very light on both, then I added more. Now I'm taking it off. So I'm taking it off here, 342. You could wait for it to drop maybe to 28 if you want to take off there first. So it went actually to 380 and then back to 340. We started with 280, it went to 100 points against us. Now it's, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. I thought DAX would sell off. It did not, but it might come now. I don't know. Crazy. Again, I told you about DAX. So I'm glad I added, but now it took off, so I have 50% left. And Nasdaq is also going up again. This looks like a shitty setup. Come on. Nasdaq goes, I told you about DAX, right? And when it's gonna fall, it's gonna fall. And then you're gonna like, what Nas? How could it fall 200, 300 points in 1 minute? You could do that. But Nasdaq is living its own life. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, why did I close some of my short on DAX? I should have held that one. That's very good. That was insanely good, the DAX position. I told you even it's gonna turn and we should hold it and not take a loss and just keep holding it, and then I exit 50% of my position. I don't know what's going on with me. Still think this market, so this is how it's gonna go now. This is probably how it's gonna go. How can I explain this to you? Everyone wants to go short now. This is what it's gonna do. It could go back. Now I'm actually making good money here, very good money. But I'm also too heavy in because I added. What can I say? Yeah. DAX is annoying me. I should have fucking hold that short. Then I will have made a fortune because DAX is gonna keep going down. That's my fault. That's really my fault. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna dump. Yeah, I knew. I've been trading for too many years to recognize this. I think Nasdaq is gonna go up, guys. Just letting you know. So I want to exit that one if I can, but I'm still in a loss. Even I added. I've been adding like $1,000 loss. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Because too obviously. Still have 50% left on DAX, and that's just living it and playing its own life. I'm about to exit my Nasdaq for profit. I haven't exited anything. I haven't exited anything, but I'm just letting you know. Okay. I'm just gonna get out here. It's around break even. It's okay. Yeah, I added too much. You could hold. You could hold. I'm 50% sure. I still have my start position for entry there, but I made money on that one. And here I have no open positions. I knew it. I knew it with the DAX. I really want to go heavy short DAX, but I'm not gonna do it. Because if I really go heavy, I'll be pissed if it rallies to 400. Because then I'll lose 30,000. I mean, should you exit your Nasdaq? I mean, you could hold it. I'm just exiting because I added very heavily. Yeah, it's not a good day. I was actually predicting this. So I'm just letting you know here, exit Nasdaq, good profit. And exit also DAX. I don't know if you're in profit. You're probably not. If you started with 275. Regarding Nasdaq, that's actually pushing right now. So if you did manage to exit that one, fine. You could hold it all the way down to 400, or you could do that. It's a low risk rate. Nasdaq and DAX. I only have DAX left. I don't know. I don't even know what to say right now because I really predicted this market here. Yeah. So buy here. If it doesn't go back to unmitigated orb high, short it. I take the orb, right? And you want to buy around here. So this is doing the opposite, but this is also good for direction trading. If it's closing below and it's giving an orb short, then normally it's pretty good for direction, for the reversal short around here. So it's a reversal short here, doesn't break here, it doesn't break here, it's a long here because it doesn't break these lows. Yeah, it's still a short, there's nothing wrong with that, you could hold it. I have no open positions. You are more than welcome to hold it. Have your stop loss here and then target here. You're more than welcome to that. I have a stupid position on DAX. I'm probably just gonna hold this DAX here. Could like to hold it overnight actually. Back to 24,000. Yeah. That's why I need to update these indicators. Then I will take these trades and you could see exactly the signals. And it's actually gonna point in the right direction for you. So if you check BTC, yeah, that's great. And Ethereum also, that's also dropping. Been a leading indicator, that's correct. Yeah, no. Ethereum, it's actually dropping. Yeah, I mean, you could just hold your Nasdaq if you have it. Just remember the stop loss. This DAX here is stupid. So I'm also holding here. Just letting you know. Okay. I actually don't know why it's giving a down. DAX. It was giving an orb long. I don't know if you saw it. It was very good this morning here. Right there at 10:45. Told you about that Nasdaq. I would exit Nasdaq, hold cash, and enjoy. if I was you, and I'll exit the Nasdaq if I was you. DAX, I'm holding that one. That's too stupid to me. But the Nasdaq here around 550. That's where I would exit that personally myself. So not a perfect session. I'm a human. Remember that. Nothing was perfect with this at all. Not great trading at all. Very hard to predict. I mean, not hard to predict, but hard to execute, right? So I'll exit that one if I was you. Okay. Now, none of you have lost money if you exit. Not if you've been adding. If you're losing money, hold a little bit longer. Have a stop loss here at 645. And then the DAX, it can just live its own. DAX, I'm just gonna hold it. It's a light position. It's very light for me personally. So I'm out, done. Still holding the DAX, and I'll see you later.